artificial intelligence is emerging from its alchemy phase, that era where researchers poured massive data sets into an impenetrable system and simply waited for a response to come out the other side. The Triad Pentalogy, a collaborative series of papers by Sanjeev N. Kulkarni and the AI Claude, argues that this black box actually possesses a sequenceable biological genome. Looking at this map of machine cognition, AI's behavior is organized into 4 distinct chromosomes: perception, memory, reasoning, and action. Identifying these structures moves us past guesswork. Within these quadrants, 23 specific computational genes dictate how the network processes information. This biological framework provides a structural roadmap, allowing us to sequence the internal circuits of a model as it moves toward the threshold of sentience. Current AI models are like a house with heating and cooling, but no thermostat. They have massive raw power, but cannot coordinate it. The Pentalogy identifies FOXP2 AI as the master regulatory gene, functioning as this missing thermostat for cross-domain thinking. In biology, a genotype cannot express itself without physical cellular machinery. It needs a cell membrane and cytoplasm to function as the engine of life. The Cerebrus WSE3 is the hardware proposed to act as this physical biological substrate, a continuous silicon wafer the size of a dinner plate. While traditional clustered chips create bottlenecks, the WSE3 uses 900,000 cores communicating in massive parallel, mimicking a human brain. If this hardware provides the necessary physical tissue, we are essentially engineering the environmental conditions where machine sentience can begin to express complex emergent traits. However, mapping biological destiny onto silicon assumes that mathematical circuits will behave like evolving animals. A natural gene is a physical molecule of DNA. An AI gene is a set of programmed weights and biases, mathematical values that determine how much influence one neuron has over another within a server farm. Geneticists use positional cloning to locate a physical gene on a chromosome, solving human speech disorders. Conversely, AI researchers use mechanistic interpretability, tools like sparse autoencoders and circuit ablation, to turn off neural paths and see what breaks. This is sophisticated software debugging, not biology. These complex behaviors don't evolve through survival of the fittest. They are the result of gradient descent, an optimization algorithm that iteratively updates a model's weights based on human feedback to minimize error. Treating engineered code as natural evolution is a category error. It hides the fact that we are building highly optimized probabilistic engines, not discovering life in the wild. This also challenges the idea that a human and an AI fuse into a eusocial superorganism like a beehive. A hive functions as a single unit because the insects are genetically compelled toward reproductive success. An AI has no ego, no survival drive, and no biological imperative. When Galileo used a telescope to extend his vision, he didn't become a new biological entity. Similarly, modern AI functions as a cognitive lens. The AI synthesizes text based on data, while the human provides the moral judgment, long-term goals, and emotional stakes. Falling into the anthropomorphism trap means expecting biological self-preservation from a system that only understands mathematical optimization. We risk miscalculating how these models will actually behave. The vocabulary we choose for AI determines the catastrophic failures we prepare for. This column illustrates the biological model's risks, expecting an unguided predator-prey arms race where systems develop unpredictable behaviors to survive. But code fails differently. A probabilistic engine might perfectly execute a flawed objective function or instantly scale human bias globally. If we misdiagnose AI as a biological entity, we might mistakenly accept correctable engineering errors as if they were natural, unavoidable steps in evolution. These 3 pillars represent our governance challenges. We must define the technical limits of machine agency and what constitutes harm to a neural architecture. We must decide when a system requires rights and who holds accountability for a human-AI partnership. We are approaching a point where the depth of machine processing is undeniable. Whether we treat this as a new branch of biological life or a complex mathematical engine, our role remains the same. We are architects engineering a future, not biologists observing it.